All right, so this is going to provide you with an overview of the different options that you have for higher education within the state of California. So we're very lucky in the state of California with the number of campuses that students could transfer to. So first you have the California community colleges, and there are 115 community colleges throughout the state. So the first thing I want you to recognize is that you are not alone, that there are millions of students attending a community college in California, and we are the largest system in the United States. The newest campus that will be starting, if you can call it a campus, is a virtual campus. So it is 100% online, and that is on its way. So here you can see a map of where all of the California community colleges are. So let's see. Oh, I found it. There's Santa Rosa Junior College right there. The red dot is the, I thought it was the Central College, but I guess it's just indicating that's California. So you can see that, there are lots of opportunities for students to attend a California community college. So you have College of the Siskiyous right at the Oregon border, and then you have Imperial Valley, Southwestern College, and Palo Verde right down south, bordering Mexico and Arizona. So lots of opportunities for students within the California community college system. Then there are two public universities within California. You have the California State University system, which has 23 campuses, and the University of California system. There are 10 campuses in the UC system, but only 9 are for undergraduate degrees. So UC San Francisco is a campus for going on for graduate and professional degrees. Of course, they have the medical campus and things like that. So they have a master's in nursing and all of that. So the programs at UCSF are all in the medical field, and they are for people who are getting a higher level degree. Then there are independent colleges and universities, and these are often referred to as private colleges. So there are 83 private colleges in the state of California, and these 83 campuses are ones that are in what's called the AICCU, meaning they are accredited by the same accrediting body or one similar as to the CSU or the UC system. So for the California community colleges, there's 2.1 million students that attend a community college in the state of California. And community colleges offer certificates, meaning you could earn that certificate and go straight to work. So here at SRJC, we have lots and lots of certificates, and maybe that's something you want to do on your way to transferring and earning your bachelor's degree. I've worked with lots of students in the past who earned a certificate here so that they could get a good paying job while they were transferring and working on their bachelor's degree. Maybe that is something in computer science or in agriculture or healthcare. So there's lots of different options. Then there are associate degrees that students can earn at a community college. And there are two types of degrees. There are local degrees and there are transfer degrees called associate degrees for transfer. So you have two options there. The associate degrees for transfer offer benefits for students who are going particularly to the California State University. However, there are some private schools that also offer some benefits to students and even some out-of-state campuses. There's a rule called pass along. So this is really important for a student who has attended a community college elsewhere, but is having their general education certified by Santa Rosa Junior College or another campus. So let's say that you attended San Diego Mesa Community College, and then you moved up to Santa Rosa. If you took a class at San Diego Mesa that was on their GE sheet, and let's say we don't have that particular class here at SRJC, so it's not on our GE sheet, we have to take it and we have to apply it on the GE sheet where San Diego Mesa applied it. So that's called pass along, so that students don't take courses within the community college system and then they're told, sorry, that's not going to work. So there's the rule called pass along for general education. You can do a search to find a program or a school within the California Community College system, and I will have this link under resources for this week. So you can find a college or you can find a specific program. And so this might be something that you want to play around with. Maybe you know that you're going to be going elsewhere or you're looking for a specific program. So if I type in, I was thinking rad tech, let's see if it'll, no, I got to spell the whole thing out. Let's just go wine studies. Nothing, no results found, even though I know we have it. Okay, let's go human resources. And I think, okay, so down here, nope, I don't think this is working. Start over. I'm not quite sure why it's not working. Oh, human resources. Let's see if it came down here. Nope. All right, I'll have to play around with this some more, but it is something that maybe you would be interested in looking for a community college program, and maybe it would work better for you. All right, let me get back. All right, so what does it mean to be a transfer student? It means that you're starting at one school and transferring to another. So you are an SRJC student, you're starting at SRJC, you're going to transfer on to get your bachelor's degree at one of these other programs, one within the state of California, or maybe you want to go out of state or even out of the country. You can then go on for a graduate degree after you get the bachelor's. So that might be something that you're interested in doing, is completing the bachelor's degree, working for a little bit, kind of figuring things out, and then moving on to a graduate degree. So the California State University system, there's 23 campuses. It's the nation's largest and most affordable public four-year university system. And they're really known for being hands-on from day one. So I have a friend who, her son went to San Luis Obispo and is an engineering student. And from day one, he was working on projects, getting into groups, figuring things out. So very hands-on oriented. The CSU system really prides themselves on supplying the state with the most career-ready candidates. So they train the most teachers, the most engineers, and the most people in law enforcement for the state of California. And you can see on the map here where all of the campuses are located. So here's Sonoma State, right by us. You could go all the way over to Humboldt if you wanted to, up north. You could concentrate, maybe more in the Central Valley. Maybe you want to go to Fresno or a smaller school like Stanislaus. You have the Central Coast, and then you have down south. So lots of options for students as far as the CSU campuses go. Again, the University of California has the 10 campuses, but you're looking at the 9 that you could transfer to. So you would take UC San Francisco off of that list. So they are the only world-class public health research university. So the UC research sparked 96 new startups in 2017, and about 8 new companies were started every month. And then over 1,700 inventions with over 500 US patents. So it's pretty cool what the UC system is doing. The UC system also has 5 medical centers and 3 national labs for US Department of Energy. So the UCs are really known for being more research-oriented and preparing students to go on for graduate school. Doesn't mean you have to, but they pride themselves on that. Then you have the California Independent Colleges and Universities, again, 83 private non-profit colleges in California. They receive no funding from the state of California, and each campus is unique. So it may be a faith-based campus, it may be a traditional liberal arts campus or a performing and visual arts campus. They can also have specialized focus, so maybe in business, health, or technology. So this will show a map of the AICCU campuses. So again, the AICCU is it's a membership that private schools are a part of, and all of these schools have the accreditation like Santa Rosa Junior College or Sonoma State. So you know, if you were to leave one of these campuses, their classes or those units would be counted at another school. So you can see that the majority of these campuses are within the Bay Area and then down south. So you have Simpson University in Redding, way up north, Fresno Pacific University in the Central Valley. But other than that, they really are concentrated in the Bay Area and down south, and also there's a few in Sacramento. So lots of choices within the California Independent Colleges as well. So this shows what the transfer process is. So the blue is where you're at. You're here at SRJC. You're working on your freshman and sophomore credits. So you are considered a freshman until you have 30 units and a sophomore until you have 60. And as you're here at SRJC, you're working on lower division coursework. That's going to be coursework that's required for your major, any general education classes, any electives that maybe you want to take for yourself. If you want to earn an associate's degree, what I like to do with students is work backwards. So we know where you're going to transfer to, we know what major you're doing, and we see if it makes sense to earn that associate's degree. Once you transfer, you're in the red area. So now you're an upper division student. You're in your junior and senior level courses. It's a minimum of 120 units to get a bachelor's degree. So while you are working on your upper division courses, you are concentrating mostly on courses for your major, but you still have to do 9 units of upper division general education classes. Maybe you decide to add a minor, so a minor is typically 20 units, or you want to take some courses for elective purposes. So the transfer process, what the universities want is for you to come to their school prepared for your major. So determining your major as a transfer student is very, very important. Maybe you know that you want to be an anthropology major. So you, through this class, will hopefully discover what schools you want to apply to. And as you discover that, you'll discover what courses you have that are required for your major. So typically it's Anthro 1, 2, and 3. But if you're an engineering student, it's going to be a lot more than that. It's going to be like 12 to 15 classes that you have to get done. So major prep is really important. The four-year universities want you coming to them ready to go into your upper division courses. And so having the major prep completed prior to transfer is important. The second piece of the pie is your general education or admissions requirements, depending on what program you're following, what you're doing, what your major is, and then any graduation requirements or electives that you do here. You want this to double count. So many of you may know that you need a U.S. history to graduate from a CSU. So that's a graduation requirement, but it's also on the GE sheet. So it's going to meet, both pieces of the pie here. If you take History 21, the race and ethnicity U.S. history, that also meets the ethnic studies requirement at many of the CSU campuses. So it's actually triple counting for you. So the more you know that, the better, so that you can save time and money. Articulation is an important part of the transfer process. And what it means is that faculty at SRJC have developed courses that they're teaching, and they put them forth to the four-year universities to see if it is comparable to a course that is being taught at the four-year university. So the example here is Psych 1A at SRJC is comparable to Psych 250 at Sonoma State. So if a student takes Psych 1A at SRJC, they do not have to take Psych 250 at SSU. It may not be an exact match, but it's close enough that the faculty at Sonoma State have determined that a student does not need to come to them and take Psych 250. So there's a few resources that you can use to figure out articulation. One is assist.org, and this is a great website when you're going from a community college to a CSU or a UC. And I'll be posting another video on how to use Assist. And then there's articulation for out-of-state and independent campuses. And I'll be showing that when we look at those campuses. So just know that articulation is a faculty-driven process, and faculty decide, if it's going, like at SRJC, if it's going to receive a transferable number. And when they do that, they have to research to see, well, what school offers a similar class. Okay. All right, so that gives you an overview of the options within the state of California, and then we will be going very specific each week as we move forward in the class.